These little spice jars are what most people buy without even thinking about it. But what if I told you everything that goes in these jars that you buy can be grown right in your backyard, on a patio, in a pot, or in a garden, above ground or in ground? But what if I told you everything that goes in these jars can be grown right in your garden, whether it be in a pot, above ground, in ground, or on a patio? We have thyme, we have oregano, we have basil, rosemary, garlic, and celery. Don't throw your old celery away. You're going to hydrate it and put it in your spice cabinet. Hey, I'm going to show you how you can take all these fresh garden herbs and spices, hydrate them, turn them into your spice cabinet, and along the way, eat healthier with fresher spices, knowing what's in them, and save money along the way. Do you know that an average bottle of spices here in the United States currently in June of 2026 is going to range anywhere from $3.50 a bottle all the way up to $6.50 a bottle, depending on the brand that you purchase. McCormick, any brand, Walmart, you've seen them. But to have the best fresh herbs and spices, grow them in your garden, fill up your pantry, save real money over time. So these little jars of spices add up and cost you money over time. We just don't think about it. Bottles lined up right here, and let's say it's $6 a bottle. You have $36 worth of spices. 0.62 ounces is what most bottle weight is. So if I can show you how to grow these, hydrate them, preserve them for as long as you want in your cupboard, wouldn't you want to save $36? Over a period of time, it's say you bought one once a month, do the math. Now here's how we also start out before it ever hits to the garden. I have also what's called a lead pot. Now you can use one of these or not. The choice is yours. But using one of these lead pots, it allows you to grow from seeds to a small plant to put into a pot on your garden or in your windowsill or on your patio, and then grow it to maturity. All you do is cut off the greenery, hydrate it, put it in the jar, and you're set to go. So from start to finish, you're going to save money, time, and wait till you smell these fresh herbs. So let's get started. Now, whether you have a dehydrating machine or not, it's really not important. You can also dehydrate fresh herbs in an oven. So do your dehydrator, an air fryer, or oven. From the garden, the leafy part of my thyme. Some of it has a stalk. It's okay. We're going to dry it anyhow. It's all going to get dried together. So when you trim these off in your garden, you're going to, of course, leave the roots behind because you're going to want it to replenish itself. So we've got our thyme. We've done the same thing with the oregano. So when you dehydrate these, the green leaves will dry for you, so then everything else will fall away from the plant, and you hydrate or you bottle just the herb itself. Basil. Now when I put this in the dehydrator, I'm going to explain what you need to do with your basil plant in the garden so that it doesn't flower. If it flowers, it loses its fragrance and its capacity to spice your food the way you want it to. So I'm going to explain that. Rosemary, this thing grows like a tree, but how wonderful they are when you put them in your recipes. Garlic, if you have old garlic in your house that is starting to head or gets the sprout, don't throw those away. Hydrate them. And that's what we're going to do today. Hydrate all of my garlic from the garden into the spice jar. And then again, if you grow your celery or buy your celery, When it gets limp like this, don't throw it away. It's a perfect time to dehydrate it, add some salt, put it in your jar of celery salt. Some salts. Now we buy the Himalayan salt, the pink salt, crystals. Most people won't buy this. They'll walk past it because to them it's not their traditional salt they grew up with, so they pass it up. I ask you this question. Most people go buy the iodized salt. This too has become very expensive. This is running between $1.80 to $3 depending on which supermarket you shop at. My Himalayan salt, this cost me for this 2.5 pounds, which is a lot of salt. This cost me $4 at a boutique store, Home Goods. You can find it at World Market, Penske's, any place that sells spices. Buy the Himalayan salt, much cheaper per ounce. And I'm going to show you here when it comes time to make our celery salt, what I do with this Pink Wonder. To use it on our table, as well as mixing it to create celery salts, to create garlic salts. So let's get going. Let's get the hydrating machine out. So when you're hydrating fresh herbs, you're going to hear all kinds of times and temperatures. We like to go what we call low and slow. If you go on lower temperature, slower processing time, you're not going to lose the fragrance or the aroma of the spice itself. So we're going to go at a temperature of 115 degrees. Go on the time 6 hours. You would hit the start button and your machine would start to process, okay? So we're gonna get it on the tray first, but remember, go slow and low so you don't lose the fragrance. Let's get these on trays. Hydrating machines should come with your hydrating trays. They also should have plastic little inserts that you can lay right on the tray, and these are used for when you're wanting to dehydrate herbs. First thing, oh, they smell so good. The first thing we're working with is the thyme. So we're just going to break it apart a little bit and lay it on the dehydrating tray. Then we'll get it into the dehydrator. All right, so there's my thyme. I'm going to put the oregano on the tray. Smells so good. All right, now let's move on to the basil. Now I cook with my basil a lot here in the house, fresh. When I'm cooking, I often just go right outside to where my basil plant is on my patio. I pull off what I want and I put it right in with fresh eggs or whatever vegetable dish I'm cooking or with meats. Out. Next thing we're gonna do is the rosemary. Now I'm gonna cut up my garlic and my celery so it hydrates easier. And like so. That's gonna merit us a lot of good celery seasoning, isn't it? So once again, I'm gonna spread that out. The last thing we're gonna do is my garlic. Boy, this sure smells good. The cloves are all cut, so let's get them on the tray, and then everything will go in the dehydrator. And I did slice these pretty small, minced them, sliced them, chopped them, whatever you want to call it. They are cut small, therefore they will dry out quicker. So I made the decision to dehydrate the rosemary and take it off the stem. So one, it would fit in my dehydrator easier. And secondly, it would take longer to dehydrate due to the moisture in the stem. just that simple, we're done. So we're gonna let that go ahead and dehydrate for 6 hours and we'll check it. In the meantime, if you have to use an oven to dehydrate, what you wanna do is get a cookie sheet. Lay a parchment paper on your cookie sheet, lay your herbs out on the parchment paper, and you're gonna wanna turn your oven on to about 140. Place them in your oven, again, for about 5 to 6 hours. Check them for moisture. And make sure you keep your oven door cracked open about that far. Stick a towel or something in there to keep that oven door open so that it doesn't maintain moisture within the oven and it will start to dry it out. We'll come back to this in 6 hours. Hydration process is done. Let's get everything out of the hydrator. Oregano. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to use my spice grinder to get these ground and put in their respective jars. Let's get the oregano ground up first. And there we go. Oh, it smells so good. And as you can see, it takes a lot to fill these, but I have a lot of oregano in my garden. Next thing I want to get is my thyme. Now I'm all out of thyme, so it was perfect to get this out of the garden when I did, and it became a chore when it did. So let's get this in the spice grinder. Stem and all. And again, I just want to show you the difference. This is thyme that I have, and this is thyme that I'm grinding fresh. A big difference in the color and the smell. And there we have my thyme. Next thing I want to grind up is, actually I'm not going to grind it, I'm just going to put it in the jar, which is rosemary. This dried up so nicely. Now I often do grind this to make it smaller, the rosemary, when I cook. And I may get another jar and grind the other jars finer, because I've got a lot of rosemary. So I think I'll grind a batch as well. I'll grind it enough to where it's like a powder. And now we have basil. Next, let's do the celery. It smells wonderful. Celery salt. So I use my pink Himalayan salt and I grind it smaller. And then I add it to my ground celery, and then I have celery salt. have a mixture of celery salt. Oh, that smells wonderful. All right, the last thing we've got going on here is garlic. And now we'll have ground garlic. Smells wonderful. And there we have garlic powder. So we've got all of our 6 spices ready for my spice cabinet. And not emphasize enough, in today's unprecedented inflation and cost of goods, how important it is to save every dollar and spend it wisely with intention and get the most bang for your buck. That's why we started also a year ago growing, grinding, nurturing, and filling our own spice jars. Now, I'm going to end the video with this. Again, you don't have to have a pot. Anything will work. But I have started a few weeks back growing in my left pot more spices, as you can see here. Now this one is, again, more thyme. And I have 2 trays of thyme. I also have margarine. And I have over here, sticking up, more margarine. And I have here cherry tomato. So we're continuously growing our spices. And all of these will go in a pot on my patio. I do have them in my above ground garden beds, but I'm going to put some on a pot in my patio as well. Come along, stay focused, stay calm, grow your own future by feeding yourself. Our grandparents did it. Our great-grandparents did it. Foraged for themselves, created their own food source, supplied their own pantries, secured their own table with their own fruits that they created, growing it. So don't hesitate to start today. Stop relying on those expensive supermarket prices. Till next time, thanks for coming along. Tell me how you're doing with your garden and give me some tips I also learned. So take care of yourselves, be kind, ciao. No apologies. You do you, boo.